can
We
just
are back.
afford to shake my head. I can just afford to shake my head. Again, it should have been me.
It
there.
should
I mean,
have been you.
that looked really nice though.
That actually looked really, really amazing. So those of you who are big fans of caramel cookies, you can of course go ahead and try the chocolate. But I actually still have, honestly, I still have the cupcakes at home. So I might bring them to you.
All right,
it's been 2
perhaps
weeks.
I'll be waiting for that delivery service to be coming over to my house. Now, to continue our conversation, again, let me just reintroduce our guest. We have Dr. LEEZ HASSAN together with us, the founder of the Women Mentoring Network, talking about how women can excel in mentorship. So, to continue this conversation, as what Zoe has actually asked you earlier, what does it take to be a mentor, isn't it?
Yeah, no, what does it take to be a good mentor?
Good mentor,
Because like you said, anybody can be a mentor, but what do you personally think is the criteria of a good mentor? Because I'm pretty sure you have also mentored other mentees who have eventually become mentors and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's a domino relationship, right? So in your opinion, what makes a good mentor?
Okay. To be a good mentor, first and foremost, is someone that be able to go out there and build this connection with another person. Okay, for a start, as I mentioned, all right. So you need to be able to pick up certain skills on how to do the rapport building.
Yeah.
That is most important because throughout my experience working with mentors, you know that not the complaints, you know, but what's I can actually figure out, you know, is like too fast for them to do the sharing.
Okay. What do you mean by that? Like too fast?
Too fast, it means that, mentor is someone that you want to share your experience, right? As I say, like the ancient Greeks, you know, that you have done that, you know, you've been there, you know, so of course you're not bercerita lah. You want to tell about your experience. That's fine. So keep that to maybe not the first session, maybe the second or third session, all right? But other criteria that's very, very important is for you to be a very good listener. If you can actually do this, you know, where you go into the third level of listening, where you match the mentee's energy, you match the mentee's pitch, you know, you look at how the words being pronounced, you know, you'll be able to actually connect very, very fast. Contohnya, when the mentee is like becoming very sad, okay, telling about stories and all this, you also have to match. You don't be like, she's like telling you and then you're like, she's like, okay, you know, you're looking there, you do this, you know, you do that, you know. So that's already giving a different signal that you are not interested.
Okay.
So that empathy feeling must be there.
Must be there.
Must be present.
Even through your body language, it's very, very important. You have to fake it a bit lah.
Yes.
Like an acting, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So that's one. The other one, you have to be able to show them you care enough. You care enough about their well-being.
Okay.
All right. So if you see that they are like having this state of distress and all this, you know, you have to break it, you know, and say, okay, let's just go for a break for a while, you know, and take a deep breath. And maybe little techniques like teaching you how to breathe, you know, how to relax and all this. So a mentor needs to learn as well. So it's just not go out there and tell the experience. That one is more like a motivational speaker maybe. Just be on stage and speak and blah, blah. That's fine. It's a different technique altogether. Because like coaching, right? Okay, coaching is like a process expert.
Okay.
All right. So they already know how to build a business from A to Z. Okay, so just follow the process.
Sure.
It doesn't matter. It's a technique as well, you know. But when you become a coach, you do not tell that person how to do it. You want them to do it. You just tell them the process.
Right.
So, but as a mentor, you also need to tell your story. Okay. So, a good mentor is more of like a different characteristic. You know, you have to be a good listener. You have to be a good storyteller. You know, you have to be able to lend your heart. All right. It looks difficult, right?
It sounds complicated again. Having to be able to listen and having to be able to actually present yourself as well. It takes a certain kind of finesse and as well as experience coming to this.
Exactly, true. True experience as well.
Okay, but my question to you is then, where do you draw the line? Because what line I'm talking about is actually the balance between, you know, guidance as well as independence. When you become a mentor, you want to, you know, try to guide that person the best that you can. But at the same time, you don't want to being too, like, you know, huggy, like literally hand-holding too much, because then that person will be totally dependent on you. So as a mentor, where's the line of that balance?
Very good question.
Thank
Okay.
you.
For me, when I speak to, because I do coach my panel of mentors as well.
Okay.
So how do I tell them? We treat this like going to the doctor.
Okay.
For example, okay, when you have issue, okay, we go to a psychologist or psychiatrist lah. All right, they will give you a time slot, right, for you to go and meet up with them. So we do that. We follow the method.
Okay.
It means that when you have a conversation with a mentor, whatever you need to speak, you will actually do it within that time frame. Okay. You do not go out there and like check on them every hour or every minute or WhatsApp or call them. Okay, there are the people that do that.
Okay.
So that is something that is a no-no.
Okay.
Because we have to set the boundary. Okay, that's for the mentor. Okay, for the mentee, it's also the same. Okay, when you come in, you also have to know the mentor is also busy. They have other things that they do. They come here to just help you. Don't take advantage as well. Okay, don't start calling and ask about little things, every other hour, every other minute or whatever,
Yeah.
So that must be, that's why I said the formal mentoring relationship is the best because it's all guided, follow whatever you're supposed to follow. Because if it's informal, this is where the issue comes in.
Okay.
You got what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, like if it's formal, you can set like, point 1, point 2, point 3. That's fine because you're following a certain scheme, a certain directive. But if
Exactly.
it's informal, like between me and Zoe, like, I
Yeah.
could literally bug her at 3 o'clock in the morning because
Exactly.
again, you're my friend. So I want to
Yeah.
ask questions and everything. So that's where your role comes
it
in, right?
blurs.
As a professional mentor, so to speak.
Exactly. All right. Of course, there's no term as professional mentor, but we like to say that, because I do have programs that I also teach people about the skills as well. So this is very, very important because otherwise it becomes like, the other thing, it also becomes like sembang kosong.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
all right,
And you
okay.
don't
All right.
want to have that nonsensical talk, right? You want it to be
Exactly.
a fruitful conversation.
Exactly. So you have to make sure that you know the agenda. What's the agenda?
Sure.
The agenda obviously have to be driven by the mentee. Okay, the mentee have to set, okay, this is what I want. Let's say, for example, duration. Okay, you can have like maybe 1 month or 3 months or 6 months or 1 year. So you have to make sure that you know how to set the goals. In 1 month, what you want to speak about. In 12 months, maybe you can stretch it a little bit and all this. So it's all about setting the rules in advance, and make sure that you also know when to call. And also the other thing that is always happening, this is also like the time. Because through our program, because we have different people coming in from different walks of life. Okay, there's one case which is interesting. She's working full time, teaching, busy, and she was matched with someone that's retired.
Okay.
Yeah, right. And how do we actually find the time to match them? So they have to discuss the best timing that could suit both of them for them to actually have a good conversation. So this is again about relationship. It's all about relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that the number one thing that you've mentioned throughout our conversation here is the relationship, because at the end of the day, that is the basis of the mentorship, right?
Exactly.
I want to speak a little bit about the Women Mentoring Network and how does it work? How does one, is it a website? Is it a group? How does one come and join, especially those of you guys, those of our audiences who are at home, who are looking for mentors right now, who are looking for mentors in terms of their business,
Guidance.
in terms of, they want to also be as successful as you. So how can they approach and come to be a part of this network?
Okay. It's not, we don't develop it as an NGO, no. Okay, it's like a network. So what we do, we have 2 cohort every year. Okay, so we do like January intake and we do June intake.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so we will open for application, so people can come in and apply to become a mentor,
Okay.
or they can apply to become a mentee.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So you, as a mentor, you put in your criteria. We actually ask you to submit your data, your CV, resume, whatnot, everything. So we will actually know what are your skill sets. Okay. What can you do and all this, and also what's your interest. Maybe you are an engineer, but you are interested in helping another person in motherhood. I mean, we never know, right? So you have to write in. So the mentor will also write in and say that, okay, I need help on certain areas. These are the certain areas that I'm struggling with. Okay, these are my challenges. So through the database, we are like a matching agency.
Yeah.
So we match them. So we match this mentor and mentee, you know, but before they go on and do the mentoring relationship, you know, we do this onboarding. So this is where the rules come in.
Okay.
That explain, you know, how does the onboarding works, and I make sure that both parties come in, all right, and both parties understand. So it's much easier, because when only one person comes in and the other person doesn't come in, they mean the protege or mentee doesn't come in, so that would be an issue as well, or vice versa. Okay, and what I always tell them, in anything that you do in life, you know, contohnya, just now you mentioned that sometimes, you know, it may not work. Yeah, it's not workable because you are like handhold too much, and the other person feel like a bit not too happy. They will actually fizzle out from the program, you know.
Right?
Yeah, but it's your experience, your own experience as a mentor.
Okay.
How you learn, you know, throughout this episode, and the next journey, you say, okay, maybe this is the part I shouldn't do this. I'll do something else. You know, this different technique.
And this initiative that you're running right now, the women networking, is it just locally here in the Klang Valley, or is it nationwide? How? I mean, again, it needs to be face-to-face kind of thing. You can't use like Zoom or Google Meet or whatnot.
Or
we started using Zoom.
Yeah.
Because we started during the pandemic.
During the pandemic.
Yeah, we started during the pandemic because it was like, okay, what should we do? How should we help people then? Because we also need help and we also want to help people.
Yeah.
So we do Zoom as well. Right, and of course we aspire to go international. I'm just looking for few people from maybe Brunei, Singapore to get started in the Asian countries first. You know, but currently we are locally. We want to be strong locally, you know, and move internationally as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah. And it's only for women, right? I can't apply.
It's only for women.
No.
Not really. No, seriously. I have one guy, you know, that joined, but all I can say, this is voluntary.
Yeah,
I would like to say that, you know.
Nice.
I always tell that, you know, you volunteer to come and help another person. I'm here volunteering to help all of you. Nice. So every month I'll give them free coaching. You know, they can come in. We discussed as a group, okay, but separately. So mentor have their own set of issues, mentee have their own issues. So we discuss, you know, and we try to find a way to help each other. So that's the networking part, which is
nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not only do you get like a great mentor, but you get to create like other opportunities as well, right?
Exactly.
With perhaps like I said, you have a network of mentors. So today maybe, I feel like, you know, my business side is lacking, marketing side is lacking, this side is lacking. Do you have a network of mentors? And you have. So again, it's a great initiative. If you guys want to go ahead and submit and apply, how can they do so?
Yeah.
You can go to www.addelan.my.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I heard my name there. What was it?
Addelan.
Addelan.
Okay.
ADELA, right?
Yeah.
All right. I heard Addelan just now. So
No,
that's why I was thinking, no.
Close enough. Close enough.
Close enough. So what can they expect when they sign up with you as a mentee or as a mentor? Quick one.
Okay, first and foremost, they're going to expect me to pay them.
Okay.
Like you said, it's voluntary.
Yeah, voluntary,
It's
guys. Voluntary.
Inshallah one day. Inshallah one day, all right? So we are also looking into that aspect.
All right.
They have to believe that this is part of growth and self-development for themselves. Because I can actually see that in myself as well, you know, through mentoring. I try to apply, you know, some concept within my own household.
Nice.
Right? But not to the husband line, not too much.
Okay. She looked at me with dagger eyes just now. Okay. Quick one, apart from the website, can they also follow you on your socials, your Instagram? Or not sure they want to ask you quick questions?
Yeah. Mentoring Development Program, MDP. Mentoring Development Program. Follow that IG, you know, there's a lot of information in there.
Lovely.
Or again, you guys can head on over to the website as well. Addelan. Again, thank you so much, Dr. LEEZ, for coming on the show. Again, such a pleasure speaking to you after
it
was a year and a half ago right, since you're on the show.
Yeah.
So thank you again so much for your advice, for your mentoring here today. Hope that you can come on the show again in the future and perhaps bring a mentee.
Yeah, why not?
Right? You feel empowered,
my mentee here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's there.
Mentee as well.
Right behind the camera. So.
All right,
Behind the camera.
So those of you guys who are watching, I hope you have learned a lot from today's show. Again, thank you so much for watching today.
Exactly.